We're gonna use the last clap.
No, and that's not what this is for. Okay. Today, if you'll notice, I have my phone set up. Some of you are like, what's going on? Oh my goodness. No, I'm not. I am just videoing a lesson because, like I said, I'm a student teacher, so I get graded on how I do, how I teach. There's different things that teachers have to ask you and show you and teach, and it's a job, so I have to hit all these different things. So please don't worry about the phone or the fact that I'm videoing. What I would ask you guys is that because I am videoing this lesson, I really need you guys to be good participants in the lesson, which means you're not turning around, talking to your neighbor the whole lesson. I don't have to get on to you guys, okay? Because that makes it really difficult for me to get a good grade if the entire lesson I'm not teaching, but I'm just trying to make you guys behave. Capiche? Capiche? Thank you. So, quick question, yes.
Okay.
Did you not sharpen it this morning? Is that the only pencil you have? Quickly. Now I gotta wait to start. Go ahead while he's doing that. Get out your whiteboards, a marker, some kind of paper if you need it. Let's do that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. And thank you to those of you who already had it already. So today our lesson is, well, kind of what we were doing yesterday, but I'm going to teach you a new strategy today. That's going to be super quick, super efficient, super easy. So our learning target for today is that I can find equivalent expressions and justify with reasoning, okay? So I know that sounds like crazy. All we're doing basically is solving these problems we already talked about and doing it more efficiently, more quickly. So what is something that we learned yesterday that you guys remember and that you want to remind the class of? What did we learn yesterday? Ahmed.
How we're gonna times fractions.
We did
Multiplying fractions?
yes, kind of, sort of. What else did we do? William. Yeah, that was our quiz, is multiplicative comparison. So kind of like a mixture of both of those, right? We were learning how to multiply fractions by whole numbers. There's your answer. And so we're kind of going to be jumping back into that today. So this is what we looked at yesterday. So in lesson 1, we learned how to change a multiplication problem into repeated addition. And we know, remember, we had the groups of flowers, and you can see, okay, how many flowers do we have? How many groups of flowers do we have? And then how many flowers are in each group, right? That was repeated addition. And we broke down our fraction into how many parts. So like here we started with 4 times 2/3. We broke down our 2/3 into how many whole numbers we were multiplying by, right? Repeated addition. So we had 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3. If you add up all the numerators, because remember, same denominator, doesn't change because it's the same right here. Once you just add the numerators, you got your answer, right? Yes, Matt.
Can I use this for the answers?
Sure. I mean, it's really small, but yeah. Miranda, did you have a question?
No, I was thinking you was asking a question.
So you don't have a question anymore?
No.
Go ahead, guys. Okay. So today we're just going to learn a super quick method that's kind of going to summarize this a little bit. So in this same problem that we looked at, you can see that the denominator, does it stay the same or does it change?
It stays the same.
It stays the same, right? 3 across the board. Okay, then down here, when we changed it from an improper fraction to a mixed number, let's remember, somebody remind me, what is an improper fraction? Remember how we spell it, okay? Makes some of us forget sometimes. Improper How do we know that it's improper, Kyrie?
The top number didn't divide.
What is our top number called, Cam? The numerator. What's our bottom number called, Tomas? In a fraction. We have our numerator, and what's this one called? Denominator. Perfect. Hands down. So we remember that is what we were working on yesterday. We know the basic facts of a fraction, right? Somebody remind me, how do we change a improper fraction to a mixed number? Literally on the board. Kylan. How do we change an improper fraction to a mixed number?
Divide.
We divide. What do we divide?
8 divided by 3.
8 divided by 3, or what's the top number called? We divide the numerator by the denominator, right? And that gives you our mixed number, okay? So in this problem we saw that the denominator stays the same. So literally all you need to do is simply, instead of taking all the time to write out all these fractions, right? Maybe for some of you addition seems way easier than multiplication, but more simply put, all you need to do is just multiply the whole number times the numerator. It's the exact same thing. Because look, let's look at this problem. What's 2 plus 2?
4.
What's 2 plus 2?
4.
Plus 2?
6.
Plus 2?
8.
8 thirds. What's 4 times 2? Tell me.
8. 4 times 2
8.
is
4 times 2 is 8. Thank you, Kyrie. Being ready. Is this the same as this?
Yes.
Yes. It's going to work every single time, I promise. Because a repeated addition is multiplication. Is this repeated addition, Maddox?
Yes.
Yes. How many times do we repeatedly, did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times do we repeatedly add the 2 thirds? 4 times. We did it because that was our whole number, what we were multiplying it by. So,
That is like 4 times 2 is improper.
well, yeah, so then you have to change it to what?
It would be 2 and 2 thirds. It would be 2 and 2 thirds.
Yeah, so if we look back at our problem, we had our 8 thirds, and then we divided it out, 2 and 2 thirds. It's the exact same, right? Okay, let's look at some of these. So for step 1, all you do is what?
Multiply.
Multiply what, Khalil?
By 7.
Multiply what by 7? I don't know about that.
Multiply by the fraction.
Multiply what by the fraction?
The numerator.
Multiply what by the numerator? No! Hurry! Not quite. Just when we start at the beginning. Let's look at step 1. Read it with me. Everyone, all together, read it with me. I need all eyes up here. Step 1. Multiply the whole number by the numerator to get an improper fraction. Some of you must be magicians because some of you weren't even looking and you were reading. Crazy. But yes, we're going to just multiply the whole number by the numerator. That's literally all you do. So, Malachi, what's the numerator times the whole number? In this problem right there. Yeah, right? We're multiplying 5 times 4. What do you get? 20. Crazy. It's right here. What's our denominator going to be? 7. Sebastian, why is our denominator 7? Why do we keep the same denominator over here? Do you want some? Because it's 7 over here. You just keep the same denominator. You don't do, because we don't touch it. We just leave it be, right? Because if we were to do repeated addition, let's solve this problem with repeated addition. Ellery, how would this problem look if we didn't just multiply this? We just added it straight across. What would my equation look like? No, not quite. Just like we did yesterday in our last lesson. What would our equation look like? Well, not quite.
4 7 plus 4 7 plus 4 7 plus 4 7 plus 4 7.
Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You remember now? Ellery? Do you remember? Okay. That was from yesterday, right? So, is it a lot simpler to just say, oh, okay, I multiply my numerator times the whole number, I get 20, and then I can start solving the improper fraction? Or does it take more time to write it all out and then add it all up?
Yes.
It takes more time, right? Maddox, add this with me. Actually, let's do whole class. Everyone add this together. 4 plus 4 is?
8.
Plus 4.
12.
Plus 4.
16.
Plus 4.
20.
20 over what?
7.
7. Good. Is that the same fraction that we got when we just multiplied?
Yes.
Yes. So we know we did it right, right?
But it's improper.
So it's improper, right? So what are we going to do, Maddox?
You divide and then it would be 2, 6, 7. So
Yeah.
I actually did it earlier.
Awesome. Love. Perfect. Does that make sense? 1 through 5 on your fingers. How well do you feel like you're understanding this strategy? Alright, let's move on. Some super quick practice. I want you to do the first one on your whiteboards by yourself. I'm going to come around. I want to see correct answers. Let's not use our strategy of repeated addition. Let's use the strategy today of simply multiplying the whole number times the numerator. That's all you're doing. You can leave it as an improper fraction, or you can change it into a mixed number.
Do we do all of them?
You can do all three.
Isn't there 4 questions? Yes. 6, 7.
All you do is just multiply the whole number times the numerator, and then you keep the same denominator. So write the answer.
How do you get the whole number? I know the whole number is 2, but my idea is like just 6, 7. But like, what's the whole number? It's gonna be the whole number.
There's no whole number. That's why then you leave it like that fraction is 6, 7. So then is that a proper or improper fraction? It's proper. So do you need to do anything with it? Or is it good like that? It's fine like that, right? Yes.
Well, is this a proper or an improper fraction?
Did you work the second and third problem? What's the, go back, what's the second one? What's the improper fraction that you get? Okay, and then you divide out, and you change it to mixed number. Yeah, only if it's improper. Yeah. fun, or at least you guys.
Your tummy is
So I want to see. Oh, not that. Okay. What I saw on your boards looked amazing, awesome. So I'm going to have. Let's see. Can I have? Let's have. I can't call on you if you're waving around. You can see. Oh my goodness, now all of your hairs are right. It's so hard to say. Okay, I'm gonna do Josh and Miranda and oh my goodness, I wish I had more. Well, I do have word problem with Josh, so I have more. Josh, Miranda, and Cam. Oh, you're next. Okay, everyone be quiet. Make sure you're looking and make sure you did this right. Start.
No!
There's different kinds of women basketball.
Alright, correct or incorrect? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Your thumb should be up. She did it correctly. However, is there something that you guys notice about this Kennedy? You can reduce, right? So Kennedy, what is common about the numerator and the denominator? You can divide by 2. Kyrie, tell me, why am I dividing by 2 on the top and on the bottom? Guys, we can't hear. Yes, they're both multiples of 2. And this one is like the most simple, easy one because they're both even, right? So we know that they can be divided by 2. So, Kylan, what is 4 divided by 2?
4 divided by 2 is 2.
2. And what's 6 divided by 2?
3.
3. Does that answer make sense? When we look at this problem,
1.
does this answer make sense?
Yes.
No.
No.
It should be.
No.
It should make sense.
No.
Listen, guys, let's walk through this. What's 5 times 2?
10.
10. 10, 6. We know that. We keep the same denominator. Then we have to divide out, like Miranda showed us, to make our mixed number. And then we saw that we can reduce the fraction. So it's perfect. Who is my last person? Come on, Cam.
Stop. Stop what? Stop doing what?
Stop. Good. Okay, let me see. She said our final answer was 1 1/3. Correct or incorrect? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Nice and high so I can see. Some people are not sure. So she said 4 times 1 is 4 over 3. Is that proper or improper? Improper. So you have to change it. She ended up dividing it out and got 1 whole number and 1/3. So that is correct. Let's look now very quickly at some. Oh, Cameron, I should have had you wait. Okay, let's look at some word problems here. Listen. Cameron's recipe calls for 3/4 cup of sugar for 1 batch of cookies. If she wants to make 6 batches, how many cups of sugar will she need? Liliana, what are we going to do? What information have they given us? Okay, yes. So she said 6 times 3/4. Because what are we trying to find? What is our answer going to tell us? Yeah, how many cups of sugar she's going to need in total, right? So, Khalil, what do we do next? What order of operation? What? We don't say we times it, we
Multiply.
multiply. Thank you. So, what is 6 times 3? 18. What is our denominator? 4. Class, is this improper or proper? Improper. So, Ahmed, what do we do?
Divide it.
Okay. What do we get? 4 goes into 18 how many times? Alright, let's not be throwing things around.
This is 4.
Okay, 4 is our new whole number. So what do you subtract 18 from? Because 4 times 4 is what?
18. I said 18.
4 times 4 is 18. Okay, what is 4 times 4? You need to phone a friend. Yep, 16. So what's 16 minus 18?
3.
16, 17, 18. Okay, so that's our new numerator. What's our denominator? What's the only denominator we've had this whole problem? 4. What do you notice, Carly, about this fraction?
It's equivalent.
It is a proper fraction, but what else do we notice, Miranda?
It's half. It's like 2 is 1. It's like 1 and 1.
I know what you're saying, but what is the same about 2 and 4? What?
Are multiple to 2.
They're multiples of 2, so what can we divide both sides by?
2.
Perfect. And what do we end up getting? We keep our whole number, remember, and then what do we get, Miranda? What's 2 divided by 2?
1.
What's our new denominator going to be when we divide?
2.
2. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you agree or disagree? Now, let's look back at our word problem, right? Because what were we answering, Liliana? What was this going to be? 4 and 1/2 is what? Yeah, so what unit do we need to write right after this next number? How many, what? Cups, right? Now, think with me. Let's go back to the beginning of this word problem. If every single recipe called for 3/4 cups of sugar, 3/4 is probably around this much. Look. 3/4 is probably about this much. Would it make sense if she's going to make the recipe 6 times that she would have 4 and 1/2 cup? 4 and 1/2 cups? Yes, that's illogical. If it said like 16 cups of sugar, would that make sense? No. So this makes sense. Alright, quickly, let's move on. It's not meant to. Okay, Carly has 9 sheets of construction paper. She uses 2/3 of each sheet for her art project. How many whole sheets of construction paper does she use for her project? John Paul, what are we going to do? What are we going to multiply? Oh, yes. 2/3 times 9. Kyrie, what are we going to get? 27. Correct or incorrect? Incorrect. You're doing multiplication a little wrong. What's 9 times 2? 8. Okay. So close. Kyrie, is this proper or improper? Improper. So what do we do?
Divide 18 divided by 3.
Yeah. Let me write it over here. 18 divided by 3 is what?
18 divided by 36.
Think about our multiples of 3.
6.
6. Does it have any remainders? Or does it divide out evenly? Perfect. So this is our answer. But what would our unit be? How many? 6 what?
6 minutes.
No. Your answer is correct, but let's look back at our word problem. How many whole sheets of construction paper does she use for her project? 6 what? Whole sheets of paper, right? Does that make sense? Okay, good. Okay, last one, very quickly. Kyrie is filling water bottles for the team. Each player drinks 1/2 of a gallon during practice. If there are 10 players on the team, how many gallons of water should Kyrie prepare? Ellery, what do we do? We multiply. What are we multiplying? Perfect. 10 times 1/2. What are we going to get when we multiply? Okay, work through with me. Don't just jump to the end. What are we multiplying right here? But specifically 10 times what? I want to know, are we multiplying the numerator or the denominator? Yeah, you always just multiply the whole number times the numerator. That's it. So what do we get when we multiply 10 times 1? What? Yeah, right? Because 10 times 1 is 10. And what's our denominator? 2. Because it always stays the same. Okay? Proper, improper, everyone? Improper. So what's our order of operation that we're going to do?
Division.
Tell me.
Division.
Division. What are we dividing?
10
Divided by 2.
10 divided by 2. 2 goes into 10 how many times?
5.
Does it divide out evenly?
Yes.
Yes. So is this our answer?
Yes.
Yes. Also, let's look back at the word problem. If there are 10 players on the team, how many gallons of water should Kyrie prepare?
5.
So what's our unit going to be?
Gallons.
Gallons. Perfect. So everyone tell me, how many gallons?
5.
Kyrie, I'm sure you're on sore after all that. All right, very quickly, we are going to jump into our activity sheet that you have already on your desk. All you're going to be doing, listen, all you're going to be doing is just solving the problems exactly how we've been doing. If it's an improper fraction, what are you going to do? Change it to a what?
Proper fraction.
Okay, you were right, but you're wrong at the same time. Proper fraction,
Mixed number.
mixed number, okay? We understand? Thumbs up. Scale 1 to 5 on your fingers. How well are you understanding this? Everyone needs to vote. Okay, awesome. Hands down, do your work. Silently.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You didn't mean it. But when you say that, you mean it. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to do this.
Wait, I don't have a backside.
Yeah, there's no backside.
Yeah.
Why is yours two?
Oh, just because it's just the way I pronounce it. Yes.
I write in one eye.
Yeah. Want to. I think you have Yes, show your work. Did you show your work? Nope. That's the next number. Show me how you got it. Yes. Awesome. Just write out 4 and then and you can just write the next number. I just need to see all the steps. Hurry, let's
What if I
just really move on and just
I broke my leg, I broke my hip, I broke my back, and I knew
You're not turning this in. Thank you, but no thank you. Come on, were you listening?
Yes.
Okay, what do? You just keep it at your desk.
You times this,
Not times, but multiply. Multiply the, what is this called? Number? By the numerator. Okay, what do you get? What's 2 times 2? Mm-hmm. 4 over, what's our denominator? Okay, write it out.
But like if it's
You want to write it down. And then we'll answer the next part. Write it down.
No, you're
Yeah. Yeah, you did it right. Yeah. Because like 9 was your numerator, and so whatever your remainder is, it's whatever's left over from the numerator. Yeah. Okay, so this one is proper and improper. Yeah, because our numerator is bigger than our denominator. Okay, so it's improper, so you have to divide. What's 4 divided by 3? You can write out your division box. 4 is inside the box. Your numerator is always inside. Yes. Yeah. It's going to be 8 fourths, and then is that proper or improper? Yes. You don't know how to read your
Is this a break?
Nope. You guys have 30 more seconds. Well, 20-ish now. Raise your hand if you're done. Put your hands down. Just do as best as you can. It's okay. Great. 10 more seconds. Write out what you can. write the one over here. 3 times what is what? 3 times 1. Yes. So write that in the side box. You know how to divide by lot. Okay, let's go ahead and have you guys put that in your black binders. Why? Yeah, you just put it in the sleeve. Let's do that very quickly without our voices so we can move on. If any of you are super confused by this, we can go ahead and talk about it later during our coffee shop work time later this afternoon. But for now, we do need to move on to some other things. So go ahead, put it in your... When you're done, I want to see your hands on your desk. So we're ready to move on. Ahmed, no more talking. Alright, leave it alone. Quickly, we gotta go. Jasper, quickly, put it away. You should have nothing on your desk.
It's 9:39.